Honorable Minister, Mr. Manish Tiwari, Honorable Secretary, Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Fotheringham, Mr. Dixit, my colleagues. I think this is the second occasion that either I have become a little wiser or I am more confused. I would seek your indulgence to get out of what I call a fog. Now let me begin by wishing you all the very best for Makar Sankranti. It's a very holy day for us and for Miladul Nabi. This particular day is more auspicious than any other on which you have organized your BES, and it has a meaning. I would start by thanking the Honourable Minister for making the time, because this is a period where his constituents would like him to share Lohri, Makar Sankranti, but he has chosen to stay back with us. At a very, I don't know whether I should be saying all this, but tact has never been my weakness. I have now stepped into my 39th year, or about halfway through my 39th year in what is normally called public service. I have rarely seen a brighter and a more articulate minister than Mr. Manish Tiwari. His capacity to absorb is fascinating. All my pride about little achievements in absorption pale when I compare this gentleman, and I am telling you today he will go very far. You can take it from me. He will go very far. As the constitutional head of our family, he has guided us under tremendous pressure. He has more tasks than I have seen for any INB minister in my history. My only request is that if he could spare a little more time, we keep nagging, we'll be able to get across our views. Because, as the Prime Minister put it a few days ago, 5 months is a long time. They say 1 week is a long time in politics, and all I need is just a couple of weeks to get things moving with greater speed, because he has this energy to drive things. Having said that, I would now commend Mr. Bimal Julka, whom I have known for a long time. He has this rare quality of peace, which has never visited me. He has the capacity again to absorb and a very wide experience. A secretary needs to have a vision like an umbrella to absorb all contradictory viewpoints and move forward. I am sure he will lead the task. Coming to the BES and to our engineering colleagues, let me tell you again with the crankiness or the antiquity of one who has spent almost 4 decades, that I have never seen a more upright and genial engineering service in my entire service career. There is an uprightness about our engineers. There is a particular amount of geniality, there is a particular amount of forthrightness which strikes you, and you can have faith in them. The little problem is that in 20 years there has not been a single drop of new blood. So there is a bit of dating. And you know it, I know it. We hope that the Minister and Secretary have taken attempts to put in 3,500 people that the group of ministers decided 5 years ago. And I'm sure within the next 2 weeks, 2 months, if something can move, we'll get the first batch of 1,000 bright young engineers who will create a little disturbance. Disturbance is sometimes helpful in moving forward, but would be able to bring in a new dimension to our engineering service. Even the senior people ask for them, and I'm sure the juniors will be raring to go. Having said that, we often describe ourselves every time we meet that we are at the crossroads. I put it, now we are at a point of tumult. Crossroad is when you can take a left, right, forward, backward, and then proceed to the next crossroad. My personal view is that when India chose the satellite mode in the late 90s and early 2000s, perhaps we should have also moved on completely to satellite mode. The logic of having terrestrial, which is very expensive, very cumbersome, requires a lot of manpower, which I can't explain to people, lot of power, a lot of other infrastructure, was that it is free to air. Mr. Pandit, our member of finance and I were doing some calculations. We found that for every expansion of terrestrial at current costs and the number of consumers that we need to cover, number of viewers we need to cover within that circle, we could jolly well give them free set-top boxes at lesser cost. These costings, such wisdom come retrospectively. Come once you have crossed the barrier, but let us not shy away from the fact that we could have, whoever was, it's not a personal responsibility, we could have perhaps gone on higher emphasis on the satellite mode at that point of time. Now let us see what we can do now. Ladies and gentlemen, I just focus on three small issues and leave it to the wisdom of the House to take a call. My first doubts that I express is about Digital Radio Mondial. There is no doubt that it is the most superior technology where digital radio is concerned. I have no doubt about it. Nobody in this room has any doubt about it. The point is, have we jumped the gun? Have we jumped the gun? That's the point. Because if DRM receiver sets are available for any consumer price of a few hundred rupees, no Indian pays more than a few hundred rupees except for a radio set. Or if DRM were available on the 900 million mobiles that we possess, it would make a lot of difference. But DRM is wedded to medium wave. And medium wave, believe me, medium wave set production has crashed. Medium wave sets are crashing. Any person who thinks to the contrary can just go to the shops and ask. If that is so, why are we going on medium wave when medium wave is being received only as a legacy? Our choice is to go into the mobile. Of the 950 million mobiles that we talk about, I think about 750 to 800 are activated at any point of time. And most of them are capable of receiving radio signals provided they are on frequency modulation. So our target has to be to get on to the FM wave and to break this syndrome of 50 million, 55 million radio receivers to a straight jump of 6 times to 8 times in no time. All our radio stations have a mandatory medium wave AM tower. We need to put a parallel FM tower in every radio station. It's only then, now my argument is that tower covers 200 kilometers and FM will cover only 70 kilometers. My answer is that 70 kilometers is 80% of the population. Do that first, we'll talk about the next thing later. Having said that, my submission is that the board of Prasar Bharati has finally taken a call and has said we have put in more investment in DRM than perhaps any other nation in the world. It's time for the DRM receiver sets to find their way into the market. We shall help the process. We have just about to set up what we call a consumer support wing within the engineering. Until the receivers are in the market, we will concentrate all our energies and all our funding on parallel FM. Every primary station of India should have, and we are trying to desperately get funds for it, should have its parallel FM tower. If there is a Doordarshan LPT or an HPT next door, we have to put it there. I can't ever understand this psychology of trying to build up an own tower on an own acquired land and take anywhere between 5 to 15 years to complete.